I don't think that XSplit worked very well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/Dungeons and Dragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. I'm DDO's Community Manager Cordovan, and let me clear out a few browser windows here, see if that can help a little bit. Wonder if Windows is trying to download an update or something. I'm having some real kind of framiness happening on my computer. My computer is not working well. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that'll be a little bit better there. Alright, so how's it going, everyone? For the next hour, I'm going to be on Thelanis. We're going to be continuing with the new Soul Splitter Adventure Pack. I believe we're in quest number 3 here today. I'm on Thelanis on a heroic level character. We'll have a little bit about the latest news. I can tell you a little bit about what's happening with the wine client for Mac. We got some stuff to talk about there. I can tell you a little bit about Sharden for points and a few other things as well. Ooh, gold roll on the stream. Let's see. Come on, luck. Nope. Alright. So anyway, what else do we have to talk about? The Hardcore League is going strong. We had a patch today that was kind of a thing that was kicked down the road a little bit from yesterday due to a technical issue, unfortunately. 2 main points today. One, we have solved an issue dealing with mob pathing. That's been an issue in recent weeks. There was basically a bug in our physics engine that we had to address, and that has been addressed now. Alright, so we are in the, I think, oh yeah, everyone's here. Okay, cool. You know what, though? Let me get myself a... Oh, no. I think I'll be okay. We'll see. I may call up a cleric if I need it, but we'll see what happens. So there were basically 2 main things prompting this week's, or today's patch. One is this AI issue, which we've hopefully been able to resolve as of today's patch. And then the second one is we fixed the issue where where everyone's getting 10 more shared bank slots as of this morning. Now, if you are VIP and you have not purchased the 10th anniversary free-to-play bundle, your slots ultimately are not going up compared to what they were yesterday. That's because you already got 10 slots. But we're going to be, basically, anyone who buys the free-to-play thing will get 10 extra slots. If you're premium, you are getting 10 extra slots. And if you were VIP, you already got them. Or are VIP, rather. You already got them. So that was the big thing. So overall, that's kind of cool. We got a little bit more shared bank space for everyone, which is kind of nice to be able to do. And then we've got the Vet Status 3 event, going through today? Which is a good reminder. I think I got some work to do tonight. I gotta make some level 10 characters, man. And then we're going to have a free adventure pack real soon, and you can find it on the page there. Some of the dating is, unfortunately, we fumbled a little bit on the landing. Of the 10th anniversary free-to-play stuff. Sorry about that. What ended up happening, basically, is, as I think those who have been paying close attention are probably well aware, the 10th anniversary free-to-play, I don't probably tell early. It was not technically supposed to have been released last week. But that's fine. Hey, man, we're just going to roll the punches, right? So we ended up releasing that, but then we had to shift around a bunch of messaging because some of the dating had been planned to be different from what it ended up being. And my success rate of properly putting that date out correctly is about 50%. So But the current page is 100% accurate, so there you go. At least there's that.
Needed light to a small garden set into the street below.
So, you know, I've seen, like, some criticism where you're like, I can't believe you just debuted basically a thing to buy as your 10th anniversary gift. And it's like, well, no, that wasn't actually the way it went down, but I can see why you would think that, you know. We're doing a free adventure pack, basically unlocking it for everyone. Even if you're VIP, redeem that code, right? Because it'll get permanently added to your account. So if there comes a time where, for whatever reason, you are no longer VIP, then you will get that pack basically unlocked for you. And then we got the vet status 3 thing. So I've had a couple of questions on the 10th anniversary or free-to-play store item, mostly related to timing. And the timing on it is it will be available long-term. We have no plans to basically remove it from the store as an option. But it is only purchasable once per account.
What are you looking at? The dank stench of sewage fills the air.
And back there eventually, I'm pretty sure. So be a little careful who you redeem that on. Because you do only get it once per account. So make sure it's on the right server, for example. Can't imagine why you would kind of make that kind of purchase without being super careful, but just to be on the safe side, you know. I'm just saying.
You arrive at the rally to find the courtyard in shambles. One of the attackers yells, "We've been spotted! Don't let them out of here alive!"
Just trying to get through the fight here. Let me not die. Quick. Yeah. That's a lot of blade barriers. One of my favorite parts of this quest chain, I think, might be in this quest. I'll let you know when I come to it. I do like the mall rats as well. I appreciate the play on words. Yeah, so Vet Status 3 is active now. It's an event, and but I believe it's only through Shadar. Let me double check that before I say that for sure. Pretty sure that's true.
Reinforcements arrive, intent on capturing the Warforged.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You know, it isn't. You know, it's got a fairly high point cost for DDO points, but when you do the math on the items separately and everything, you're getting like a +8 Supreme Tome for I was sent to another plane by a violet prismatic beam. Guessing the prismatic hound. And that's how I died on the hardcore server. No, I didn't. I am actually disappointed in myself. I thought I would be better than this on the hardcore world. I have yet to get a character past level... I'm sorry. Yet to get a character past level 7. I can hit 6, 7 generally okay. And then something happens during one of those quests that I'm on, at around that level. Pop, I'm dead. So when I look at things like Lessa on the leaderboard, Samus Garobo on the leaderboards, all the awesome people with all that much Reaper XP, I'm like, what is wrong with me? How can I, why am I so bad? Why am I so bad? I don't understand. I care a lot. Doesn't that count? No.
He mutters. This is just one job. You can't stop all of them. There are powerful people behind this. No,
Ooh,
never.
fake craft mail, light armor, that is good for me. I am a light armor wearer. Fortification, I will take that. Physical sheltering, hamp, false life, empty blue. Hey, I think I'm going to be wearing that sucker here in another level or two. I have mail. I like it. There is one quest in this pack that is off. It's missing its loot table, and there's a thing on the forums on that. That is going to be fixed real soon. Next game update. Not today's, because today's was really focused directly on our AI pathing issue and our shared account bank work. So we do not have any other kind of bug fixes or anything like that. So. The website says 20th to 25th. Okay, yeah, that's correct then. So yeah, that means it actually debuts tomorrow. And goes for a week. You're right, the original time was that it was going to be this past week, and then it's not because we did the 10th anniversary of free-to-play thing a little bit early, and so now we're this Thursday. I'm sorry, my like I said, my success rate is poor. I'm ashamed of myself for myself. I've been doing terrible on the dating here. I need to work on it. I'm all confused, people. Anyway, next week on Vet Status 3, this week. Technically starts late morning Thursday. I think we message us starting Friday. Just to prevent confusion.
The torn page you found points you to your next destination. The gate in the central tower.
This quest is tricky. I have seen people, and I myself have spent a fair amount of time getting lost in here. But once you figure out where the crests are, it's not actually that bad. It just... Those first couple of runs, you're going to want to set aside a little extra time on this one, because it's, you'll be using it. At least that's been my experience. Do the notes change spots? Not that I am aware of. Sorry.
Things seem strange.
Alright, now I've got this free-to-play page up. Let me make sure it's right. So right now, the one-time offer is a +8 Tome of Supreme Ability, 10 shared bank upgrade slots, and a Heart of Blood, all bound to account, delivered to the first character logged into after you purchase it. And then Let me call the next page here while they do the fighting for me. Yeah, we say starting on September 20th, but it actually starts late morning Eastern time tomorrow. And the reason for that is we tend not to do a start date. We usually say now through, and then we just don't announce it until it's actually live. That helps prevent world time zone confusion. The problem we've run into, and this is really more of an issue for the other game than this one, but it does impact this one as well, and that is that we get into a situation where, let's say you live in France, and you're about 6 hours ahead of us, and we say something and the Chronicle starts on the 19th. But then it doesn't get activated until, let's just say, 11 o'clock Eastern time. That is potentially, 5 o'clock or even later, depending where you are in Europe, into the 19th. So historically, when we've announced the start date like the day of like that, we get confusion where people are like, hey, dude, it's been the 19th for kind of a while now, and I'm not seeing the thing, right? So historically what we've done to resolve that issue, and it does work, is wait and actually use the next full day as the start date when we need to give a start date.
Massive water purification system.
Anyway, that's the kind of long-winded reasoning on that one. But technically, the Vet Status 3 thing starts late morning Eastern time tomorrow. After QA gets in and activates it, and then double checks to make sure it's all good to go. Especially on a Vet Status 10, it takes a little bit longer to double check that bonus because you want to make a couple characters, different servers, and make sure it all works. So. But yeah, that'll kick off tomorrow. Good. That means I haven't missed anything yet then. Because I got some level 10 characters to make for the live stream. Because it's occurred to me, I was like, well, I should make sure I at least have a level 10 character on every server now. There's no excuse. And yet I believe that I don't have a level 10 character on every server. So that means it's time to make up some of these. So I try to avoid talking about the other game and each other's games thing, just because in general I don't want people to feel like they have to watch a game they don't really care about to learn news about the other game that they do. I think it's interesting when you compare DDO and Lotro leveling. They are very different beasts, as people in chat are saying, and yep, that's true. Alright, I'm going to fire up a laser. It's not just actually a Lotro thing, though, either. I think, in general, DDO's leveling is different from a lot of the traditional kind of MMO leveling. Nivmind, the anniversary bundle will remain in the DDO store long term. The intention is not to remove it from the store. It's gated not by time, but by you can only purchase it once per account. And so that's the dealio with that. That you can only buy it once per account, but it'll be available long term as an option for you. I don't want to say forever, just because who knows what'll happen. But the intention is not actually to get rid of this thing, so. This was a bad decision. Someone is making bad decisions. That someone is me. Let me pop that displacement potion if I can do it. Alright. A few more buffs now. Go. I gotta get rid of that stupid wizard. No. No. And that's me. Is the door just locked?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Can you TR at 20 on vet status 2? Or do you have to go to 30? On veteran status 2, you can true reincarnate just like you normally would at level 20. Now, that depends though, because you're talking about a first life character that starts at level 10. If there's any confusion that you could reincarnate and start at level 10, that is not accurate. You will start over at level 1. But for that first life or whatever, a character you create using vet status 3 at level 10, once you get them to 20, you can sure reincarnate, just like any typical sort of reincarnation you might have. Gonna have to bring you to a shrine. I don't have any spirit cakes with me.
I don't either. All right, let me quick go through text chat here. Let's see. And this is not on the hardcore league. The hardcore league does not get the bonuses. Of course, I am a rogue fighting all these constructs. I mean, I wasn't built for this. I really should probably get a hireling as well, but...
What is my views on summons as far as game balance / performance? That's a pretty big topic. I guess I would be curious what you mean by summons, because there's all sorts of different flavors of that. You know, everything from, say, hirelings to the summon monster spell to, say, permanent hirelings, things like that. So I think it partially depends as to
Frightened
what you
faces
mean
disappear from
by
nearby
that.
windows
But
as another band of ruffians calls you out. Someone's intent on stopping you.
I guess we would be curious if you feel that the balance is off or whatever. For the most part, summons have their uses. Hirelings certainly have their uses. But as to whether it meets kind of your desires, I guess I would really more leave that up to you to tell me rather than me just sort of try to pronounce an opinion on behalf of the entire community, you know? I guess what I'm really trying to say is I care about your feelings. I was clearing out the map just to make sure I'm not wrong. Let's see here. This section is tricky. This section is tricky. Where am I going here? There we go.
You enter the central tower of Underland, only to find the path
I mean, I definitely,
blocked by more ruffians.
if you really just want my personal opinion, I definitely have not found summon monsters to be totally OP, although I think circumstantially they have, at various times, been perhaps a little more so than others. You know, kind of depending on circumstances, as it were. No, Strim Tom, sorry on that. The question is, are the footprints, the bloody footprints that you get for earning 5,000 favor on the Hardcore League, going to be changed so that they can be seen by others rather than client-side only? And the answer to that is no. I did follow up on that. You know, we're well aware of people's feelings on the matter as to what they would like to see. I will say, however, that unfortunately, we ran into, when kind of asking, hey, can we change it? What do we need to do to change it? That particular item would be exceptionally time-consuming and difficult to change. As such, I'm sorry to say that it probably won't be changing.
Thugs in ragged clothes and
That said,
battle armor
we are
follow
aware
the
of your
central
feedback
tower
on it.
of
That you're not, you're not particularly happy with that aspect of it. And I think the answer is we'll probably just not do that kind of thing in the future. If we don't have the ability to make it visible to others, we probably would just go a different route as to the kind of reward we would offer. But for this particular season's hardcore item, well, you know, unfortunately we are in a position where we're kind of unable to really retroactively resolve it, so it's just going to have to be the way it was built, with its technical limitations intact. Will the footprints toggle off your wings? Good question. I don't know. I would say probably not. The reason the bleeding eyes would toggle off your Reaper eyes is that they are sharing the same, you know, eye slot there, right? So I think not. It looks like we do have a bug that we're going to need to track down on the black eyes, not working on Wood Elves and ASMR. We wish there was a hotbar for summoned monsters. So you can technically do that yourself. When you click, I don't actually think I have one in front of me right now, but if you have your hotbar open, like say protection from fire, resist fire, anything with a multi-selector spell, you can drag those individual multi-selectors into a hotbar and then cast it directly from that. That'll even work with scroll slots and stuff. You'll equip it and then let you cast it, I think. Although I haven't done that particular bit yet. Well, that's pretty cool. So you can technically achieve kind of a summon hotbar slot yourself if you want to. I don't understand the nature of the question. What about the Deathwalker cloak on Dragonborn and Tiefling? I'm not familiar with that particular one. Help me out, if you would. What's the ish? Oh, an AI toolbar for summon monsters. Yeah. That'd be cool. We definitely have not really... We don't have any plans to, say, add that granular level of AI functionality to summon monsters. I mean, I think people would argue that the number of times it gets done successfully on regular hirelings, you know, what with their particular limitations, is such that I don't think it's in a good enough place that we would then want to bring that to the rest of the hireling stabilizing. So. Someone is asking if the Silver Flame Unyielding Sovereignty not healing players in undead form is working as intended. Yes, I think so. Unless there's some piece of it I'm not thinking of. I mean, it is positive healing. Just like in the description, I believe it even says that, right?
You approach the entrance to a fortified tower. Could this be the old South Fort the thugs were referring to?
They should take 50% of healing at, like, the Pale Master, on the Pale Master Pass. Okay, well, then it looks like that's probably just a bug then. And a special
A dank
circumstance we're going to
stench
have to
of
sort
sewage
through.
fills the air. The door is sealed by 4 magical sockets, recently installed by the looks of them. Perhaps you can find their crests back in the Underlane neighborhood.
The one cleric favorite soul that doesn't have healer resin is hot bar sucks ooze. I kind of hear you, Rosie. Yeah. Yeah, I think there would be a pretty valid case as to why in the world would the Silver Flame be helping out a Pale Master. But hey, whatever. You know, I think that's just a concession to practical gameplay.
With a final, keening wail, the Forge Wraith dissipates.
Anyway, yeah, I guess my DM call is it's working as intended, but given that we just want all Pale Masters to take 50% healing from healing stuff, it's probably just an exception. That didn't get checked off or whatever. Ebergar on YouTube. Can I say if the hardcore server has increased the number of overall active players? I can't get into specifics on any of that kind of stuff, but the answer to that is, I think, a pretty visible yes. Really? Oh, do I not have... where's my rogue gear? Oh, here we go. Really? Gosh darn it. Let me see. I must have something that I'm just a piece of gear I'm not. Then again, maybe I don't. Or it's already equipped. Whatever, you can dodge them anyway. I'm not worried. I got the reflexes for it. Fortunately, I'm not getting anything on that shaft. I just don't have the skill, I guess. Alright. Where are we now? Let me check out some people in chat. Door here, maybe Crest, chest inside? Where are you? What's going on?
done then.
Alright, someone's gonna have to help me with placement. I seem to have lost folks. I'm not sure which... Someone was talking about a door with a crest in it, but I don't actually know how to get where you are. So I was not able to interact with that gate at the bottom of the staircase. There we go. So you kind of source sled your way around, trying to find these crests. This is like I say, a little bit of a tricky part. Once everyone kind of figures out where these are, it's going to obviously go a lot faster. But for now, I still don't have them memorized. Maybe you do, but I don't. And that's been a challenge. Alright, looks like maybe... Could someone call out if you got all the crests completed? Looks like we... Oh, we don't. Okay. No, I'm gonna have to get another one. I know one of these up here has got a crest. I just can't remember which one it is now. Yep. This is a pretty tricky part of the quest. Not tricky per se, but a little bit difficult. I would actually not be entirely surprised if we didn't perhaps ease up a little bit, as it were, on some of this crest finding in a future patch. But we'll see. Alright, so that means someone's got it in their inventory and they need to click on the thing. That's what I thought, because the thing went away on the objective panel. So that means someone's got it in their inventory and just needs to click on it. So everyone go back to where Slick Tuck is, and try turning in the crests. Alright, Seguidia, it looks like it's you. On hardcore, a level 20 can run a level 19 quest, correct? No. Alright, Seguidia, please come over here and then interact with this crest space here, the hammer socket. Follow me. Okay. Maybe not. Well, so someone's got it in their inventory, because there's only 4 of us. And we somehow found the crest, so... Let me double check, make sure. Yes, I have a lot of bags. I don't care. I'm just checking to make sure. I don't think it actually did. No, it's not there. Alright, well, it's possible that someone defeated the mobs and didn't pick it up, I guess. Or drop it when they died. That's possible too. Okay. Just double checking my bearings here. Hopefully trying to get it right. Okay. Oh, and there it is. Nope, that's the ed pack. Okay. No, we're gonna skip that locked door in the spiral towers where the stairs are. Just get the crest for now. If we have time, we'll go back and do it. But I don't know if we're gonna have time. Depends how quickly we can find this last crest. I mean, I guess I could check, see if it's there, but I can't imagine we put a crest behind a secret door that you would need actual skill to unlock. And
Now,
since the
you've got
objective
to
is
hide
checked...
someplace.
Yeah, since the objective is checked off, somebody picked it up and then probably died with it, and it's probably laying on the ground.
I got it.
Where'd you find it?
Up on a ledge.
Awesome. All right, that's fine. Well, I'll go and
As the
we
fort
can do
door
this.
opens,
Actually, we already
you
did
can
this
hear
one. Never
frightened
mind.
whispers
It's the
ahead.
other piece that I was forgetting. What are these short swords? This is cosmetic. This isn't for reals. This is a cosmetic thing I created. Or glamour. It's 2 spectral daggers, and I'm in Vistani Knife Fighter. So that's why they're pointing down like that. I just thought it was kind of cool to have a matching purple like that. As to what I'm actually using right now, it's not great, but it's Spectral Dagger and Barovian Dagger. And clearly I'm ready to move on. I just
Several
don't...
Warforged murmur thanks
I
as
just
they
haven't done
bolt
the work
for the
yet,
door.
because this thing's working fine.
Yet others
So.
just stand there, motionless.
Yeah, from
You
Night
open the
Revels.
gate, but the
Correct.
Warforged
Which is
craft
coming back here
inside
pretty
doesn't
soon.
seem
I mean,
to
we're
notice.
almost into October. We're getting there anyway. So that's cool. Anyway, I think I forgot to answer Skenjan's question on YouTube. A level 20 on the hardcore world cannot run a level 19 quest. We do have an epic to heroic level gating in place. That, and the hardcore server specifically, due to the special rules in place there, it is not possible to run a heroic level quest once you've attained epic destinies. Perhaps in future iterations of the event we can correct that, but at least for now, that's the rules we're having to play with.
The half-orc collapses from his injuries with a wordless
Nice. There will be a little bit of new stuff in Night Revels this year. I believe we do have another kind of Night Revels dungeon in the works, along with a couple items. It's not going to be an extensive overhaul this time around. This is, you know, one of an event we iterate on every year. But yep, we got some new stuff in Night Revels this year that's coming in soon. Sure, let me take a look at that. Thank you. Oh, heck yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. That'll come in handy. I need it too. I assume so on the color armor, but I don't know. Nice. Alright, I think that's probably going to do it with the live stream here. I'll wrap things up in just a couple of minutes. We do have a little bit of news here that I can talk about, other than the patch this week and some of the other things. We are getting ready to release a new iteration of the Wine client for Mac. We're moving away from the old native Mac OS client and replacing it with it's been replaced for the most part with a new Wine client. We're doing a new version of the Wine client in the next couple of days that'll be more polished than the version currently available. And after we do that, we're going to do a public messaging push to explain to people, hey, you need to switch over to the new Wine client. Right now, your old Mac client will still work, although, let's be honest, it's pretty buggy and stuff. But in the relatively near future, we're going to deprecate the old Mac client entirely. Now, you still got time, so don't worry too much about it. But we're going to get that messaging out, I think, within the next couple of days after we push live our newest wine build, which is puts it much closer in parity to what is going on the Lord of the Rings side, frankly. So. And should be a much better solution for people. So that'll be coming in the next couple of days here. Stay tuned for that. The other piece is, you know, we've got Sharn coming for DDO points in the real near future here. We have not really kind of made an announcement. We'll do its own splash when that's ready, but that's coming here real quick. So stay tuned for that as well. Also, finally, let me mention the bonus here this week. Besides the Vet Status 3 event that'll be kicking off late morning Eastern Time tomorrow and running through next Wednesday, we're also doing a 20% Guild Renown. And this is not on the Hardcore League either, but on the regular servers, 20% Guild XP starts late morning Eastern Time tomorrow and runs through Sunday. I did get those goggles, Seguidia. Thank you so much for them. That was really, really kind of you. Those are going to be absolutely perfect for my character here. Alright, and I will get you guys a DDO points code in the endgame mail. I think it's going to have to be tomorrow, given that I have a thing I got to do this afternoon. So I'll get you those point codes tomorrow in the mail, and but you will get it there. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Is anyone still in that dungeon, perchance? I could try to make our way over there and get you the goggles, but... Alright, let me do the thing then. I'll do that real quick offline. So, I'm going to say goodbye, everyone. I'll take care of that offline. I'm going to say goodbye to folks, and then I'll pop back in and trade you the goggles in that chest. So, alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon.